mic. The show.com. It's open mic. The show.com. Openmic.com. Openmic.com. Open mic the show.
Warning, the following program may contain moments of great personal reflection, sudden and striking realization, things you should not try at home, the truth about cats and dogs, incomplete thoughts, rambling gibberish, completely ridiculous opinions, winning lottery numbers, things you could really care less about, barking dogs, and unfortunately, Mike and Stan.
Who likes to be silly? I like to be silly.
What kind of radio show is this?
This town needs an enema.
It's about to get all stupid up in here!
Get up, get on up. Get up, get on up. Stay on the scene.
Welcome.
Get on up like a sex machine.
Welcome. Apparently my microphone was on, so all that screaming.
Oh, was it?
That's okay. Welcome to the show, Open Mic Live, right here on Open Mic, theshow.com, IRN Broadcast, No Name Network, Raw Talk Online, 920 W in the Apple, Bubba Army Radio. Anywhere else? Did I get everything?
Facebook Live.
Oh, yeah, Facebook Live. You're right.
Yeah.
Good job.
Thanks, Zuckerberg.
I'm glad this guest is in
already
studio. Check us out every week, 7 p.m. Thursdays. Except for Thanksgiving. We're going to start changing things up, mostly because it's the holidays. Stanley, who did you sucker in on this show today?
On tonight's show, we have Matt Damon. No, I'm just kidding. We
Matt
have Matt
Damon.
Williams, which is way more beautiful than Matt Damon. Welcome, Matt. Thank you for coming in.
At least Jimmy Kimmel likes me.
He does? How do you know that?
Because he cried over him.
Because I'm not Matt Damon.
Oh, right.
Oh, he loves Matt.
Who does?
Jimmy Kimmel. Jimmy Kimmel loves Matt. Damon.
Jimmy Kimmel. I used to like Jimmy Kimmel until he got all douchey.
No, he's always been that way, but he just really stepped it up like lately.
Trump brings that out of people.
Yeah,
He really
apparently.
does.
Like, there's a different side of people that they don't know is there until,
my God.
oh.
Like, I didn't even know I was prejudiced against white people until I met Trump.
I know, I kind of hate you guys.
I hate us, too. Oh.
Yeah.
So welcome, Matt. With Matt today, we will be talking about a few things that you've already heard about quite a bit.
Quite a bit.
But I don't give a shit. We're going to talk about it anyway. We're going to play games. Tyree's trivia or
real news, fake news.
Real news, fake news, whatever the hell he wants to call it. It's his game.
Absolutely real.
Oh.
We were playing Stanley Feud. And
one of my favorites.
In the middle of all that, we will be talking with the hilarious, adorable
Matt Fernandez.
Matt Fernandez's snack.
Yeah. That's pretty much it. The
Matt
shadow of the other.
He could learn a lot from you, bro.
Yeah.
Trust me. Not about being funny, but he could learn a lot from you.
Have a personality?
So we will get you to know Mr. Matt Williams the way we know Matt Williams, and you will fall in love with him, I promise.
Thank you.
It's not just your mother that loves you. She's the only one who tried to abort you.
I really appreciate you guys finally having me on here and how supportive you guys are of the local scene of Tampa, anywhere around, and how open you guys are to just giving us a chance and some exposure to do what we do. And after that, yeah, I'm done sucking you guys off. So yeah,
I'm not finished yet.
So this show is never going to end.
Yeah,
exactly.
And the beat goes on.
No.
Yeah.
And the beat goes on. All right, so we're going to start off with, like I said, Mr. Weinstein, right?
Weinstein?
Weinstein? Is it Weinstein or Weinstein?
It's Steen.
Weinstein, I think.
Weinstein.
Weinstein.
No, he left stains, but it wasn't wine.
Oh, come on.
I could be a comedian,
Get it?
too.
Come on. Get it? Come on.
No, is that? Oh, wait, hold on. There's a lot of puns here. Oh, I forgot who was in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, which Eileen did he come on?
Oh.
Jesus.
Anyway, so here's the thing. It's not really about him. It's about Blossom. Malik, what's her...
Mayim Bialik. I don't know.
Who cares, right?
But isn't it Penny? No, it's the other one from Big Bang Theory. What is she? What's her name on that? It's not Penny. It's the other one.
The chick that's banging...
Sheldon. Right. Banging Sheldon, right.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Now you know who Blossom is.
So I know everyone's already heard about this, but like she came out originally and said if these people weren't dressing the way they were dressing, this wouldn't happen.
Now that's oversimplifying what she said.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, she was just talking about personal responsibility, and of course that got turned into her victim shaming.
Right.
It's that simple. You aren't going to go to a party wearing a thong and nothing else, because if you do, you're going to take.
You better hope I'm not there.
You're going to take a risk of Stan touching you.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to touch you anyway.
I don't care how hairy your ass is. You're wearing a thong. I'm touching that shit.
I seen it.
But, I mean, this is a chick that came out and said that. And now she's, like everybody always does, she's apologizing
because everybody's
everywhere.
jumping her shit. Well, let me ask you this. Do you lock your doors at night?
No.
You don't lock your doors at night. You don't lock your car doors.
Not to my room.
No.
So then it's your fault that somebody walked in there and stole your laptop on your car.
They didn't walk into my car and steal my laptop. They opened the fucking door and they took it out.
Right. You take that chance. You take that risk when you don't lock your shit.
I lock my doors when we go somewhere else and I have valuables in it, generally.
No, not this time.
I didn't know I had valuables in it.
Oh, well.
Let's not go there.
Yeah, well, if we lived in Japan, it wouldn't be a problem because apparently, like, their social responsibilities like out the ass. So, like, if you drop a
paper towel, a napkin,
anything,
they'll pick it up.
Yeah, if you shoot
then they'll
some
chop your
paper
hand
towels
off.
into a ground. Yeah, are they like can you in public or is that Taiwan?
I'm sure
I think
it's China too.
This is your story, bro. I mean,
everywhere.
No,
I mean, so over there, you don't have to have prisoners walking around with sticks and pokers and picking up trash.
Yeah, no.
Because
well, they have
people do that out of genuine care
like
for their land.
social decency.
Well, yeah, like when I went to Singapore, you can't chew gum there. It's illegal.
Really?
You cannot have gum there because they don't want you spitting it on the subways and on the ground and leaving little black
In
spots on the
Singapore?
sidewalk.
Right. So you can buy panties out of a vending machine. but
Totally
you can't
different.
have gum.
That's right. So you
Yeah.
understand.
Right.
But
Take
it's
responsibility.
sanctioned, right?
Yeah.
Personal responsibility.
Why can't we appropriate that?
You mean like so? What? Grady Judd just did a bust of like 270 something guys trying to get laid.
Was that
That's
Pasco
basically
County?
Grady Judd just cock blocked a bunch of guys.
Basically, what he did was show Dateline how to do it right. He's like, you don't have to get one or two people at a time.
But there
We
was
can
only
freaking do
2
this shit in
minors. I don't
masses.
think they were there going after. They weren't. There was prostitution. They weren't going after minors.
It was like 16 to like.
There was 2
close to
16-year-olds or something.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I don't know
other
if
than
they're
that,
soliciting or not,
it was
so.
mostly solicitation of prostitution. There was no other shenanigans.
So-
it was just guys trying to get laid.
Yeah, they shut down Craigslist for like 6 months, I think.
Good job.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, that's
Good, yeah.
that's such
Casual
cock-a-bucky, dude.
encounters.
Right, you can't go out on the street and find a whore that wants to bang you.
Right.
But you can go onto several websites and just find one that
You can
wants to
find a
bang you.
robot. That's all I find.
Or you can get catfish like Jorge, right? Dude, oh man, I want to catfish someone so bad. Have you ever thought about doing that, catfishing somebody?
I like to fish hook people. Just rub it and yank on their cheek.
That's why nobody likes you.
Yeah, that's okay.
Well, like-
Ask them to.
If I was going to catfish somebody, I'd just pretend I was successful. And then they'd be like, oh, you drive a Hyundai. Ugh.
And then you say you're a comedian, and they're like, you're not
Yeah.
successful.
Yeah, exactly. I'm
Or
like, no, I
rich.
got a lot of open mics coming up. And they're like,
Ooh.
yeah.
No, the show. I'll be on there Thursday.
Yeah, did not work.
No?
Yeah, I've been
We don't name
I've been
drop us because
blasted,
it's useless.
I'm gonna drop you in a second, dude.
Dude, I did open stand and
You can open me anytime, baby. So
I know, that's what I've heard.
So here's the thing that interested me was when I found out how many times he has been outed in different shows and at different times by different people. You know, like he's been outed by Seth MacFarlane.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
He's been outed on David Letterman by Gwyneth Paltrow.
Yeah.
He's been outed on what the hell was
It was an inside joke or an outside joke in Hollywood. Like people would bring that up all the time.
Yeah.
You know, who was it? So, I think I know who you're talking about. No, Seth MacFarlane, when he said it, he said, so-and-so and so-and-so don't have to sleep with him anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, so he was exposed.
Yeah. Well,
So, but nobody did anything about it.
well, like, I think someone was saying they oh, that's just Harvey being Harvey,
Right.
or whatever, and I'm like, no, that's not. That's bad.
That is
Like,
bad.
Don't. It's like I think I had a Facebook post after that like pussy grabbing thing came out. I was like, respect the pussy, talk to the pussy, respect the
You
pussy.
can't just grab it.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to take it to dinner. You got to.
Yeah, but like I just.
But that's
like,
not prostitution.
Yeah, but I don't get
You're
it.
still paying for it. It's just in a different way.
Yeah, well, like I just don't. I guess I don't get it. As far as that is like,
How it
why
got-
don't you just develop a personality and quit being a fucking creep?
I don't like you telling me what to do. I will
And
grab
just
what
a
I want to
general-
grab.
Hey, listen, if you take offense to that generality, well, then you got a problem.
That's your problem. That it's my problem.
And here's what I'm thinking is, like, there was a lot of women that mentioned this before.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? This is years and years ago. What are they waiting for? I mean, they weren't scared to mention it.
Let's look at Bill Cosby.
Yeah.
Same
Oh.
concept.
Yeah,
There's smoke. There's a lot of smoke.
Yeah.
A lot of smoke.
Yeah, but these aren't famous people.
They were
Bill
people, but
Cosby.
they were people that might have been trying to get famous. They were people that may be looking for him to help get a footstep in there.
Yeah, but these people have been famous. Gwyneth Paltrow has been famous for a long time now.
But how do you know she was famous back then? I mean,
she wasn't.
Right, so she had to work her way up, and she was scared.
Yeah, but that's not working your way up. Like
It
that's,
was
like,
too.
I can't believe that can
She was-
actually be said. Like, well, if you go with Harvey.
I mean, it is kind of another working
I guess it's just that like I've never
Casting house,
yeah.
Come on,
I was
dude.
like, I hate that I know what you're talking about. And so I'm like outing myself in the same respect, but at
Right.
the same time, it's like you can still keep your kids around me. Like I'm not that kind of weirdo. It's just like I don't. I guess that was the thing. Is like I don't get it. You have all that money, have all that fame, all that influence, and you're just still like, hey, I'm gonna whip my dick out.
That's what gets their, rocks up. What is,
Yeah.
isn't the rumor about like Method Man and Redman? They're homosexual because they got so much pee that they just were like,
I
let's try dudes.
I heard that about Hugh Hefner.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, that like the last 10
10
20
years. Yeah,
years
there
or
was
something
he was
like
just
that.
he couldn't get off unless it was like dude porn on in the background.
Yeah.
Dude, that's called human nature.
But that also could have
Biology.
been
Yeah.
who was
Yeah.
it? Richard Gere had a gerbil and
Yeah.
20 gallons of semen. I mean, who knows where that is with the Twitter line now? I can't believe the world.
I didn't know about the gallons.
Yeah, it was
20
gallons.
gallons,
It was
20
like-
gallons of semen. He needs to jerk off more, bro. If you got that much
No,
built
it was
up,
in his
there's a
belly.
problem.
It was in his stomach. He took it all in.
Glick says if you have $1 bazillion, you can pretty much do what you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, after a while, it's money's money. Then
Yeah.
I'm
I
bored.
guess
I'm gonna
that,
go do something
like-
else.
So let me ask you, like Bill Clinton, he was excused, right? Isn't it the same concept?
Raped people.
He was impeacched.
Yeah, was
He
he?
just was not removed from office.
But he still went around and he touched
He was
other people.
impeached.
Yeah.
So they put him in the corner for a minute
Pretty much.
and
Pretty
then
much.
let him come back
Yeah.
to the dinner table.
Yeah, they never really removed him.
Yeah,
He
exactly.
still was just kind of
They're
like,
like-
nope,
That's what I'm
not
saying.
leaving.
Oh, it's gonna be all right.
You're gonna have to evict me.
But it's the
Yeah.
same exact concept. Like he manipulated Monica for
Because he
her
was a man of
advancement in that.
he was a man of power.
Yeah.
He got bored and wanted to do something else.
and it happens all the goddamn time.
I know.
Yeah.
How do you think you got your seat?
Throwing around that doo-doo puss.
Yeah.
The power of Grace Cole.
I have the power.
You're a dick. He does
Yep,
have
that's
the
where it
power.
is.
He runs the volume. He determines when people see me, when they hear me. I hate you.
I know. It happens. I get
So
it.
anyway, speaking of being molested, I was on Spicoli last weekend. So really though, I went and visited Smitty and Spicoli on Spicoli TV last Friday.
How'd that go?
Dude, I was laughing on the way home when I left there. Like usually that show is not that funny. I hope they're listening. But seriously, like
That's what they say about mine, too. And I'm not even a headliner.
why do you think we invited you in? You fit right in here.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I mean, seriously, it was a great show.
Yeah.
I think they stepped it up because they had to because I was in the studio.
Yeah.
And they were like, man, we better freaking pick up the pace.
Yeah.
But, dude, I couldn't even get a word in edgewise.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't stop laughing. My cheeks hurt. The 3 teeth I have left, they hurt. My stomach hurt. I was crying.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, it was a great show.
Yeah,
You never heard of that show?
No.
Spicoli TV. It's on IRN tomorrow at 9.
Yep.
Awesome.
I'm going to have to remind you of it because, man, it's a great show.
God, that's another one that's just I just feel like there's an endless line of TV, radio, Netflix that's just like queued up. They're like, oh, you haven't watched it? Oh, you got to watch this.
You gotta watch this, you gotta watch
Oh,
that.
now you got to yeah. Oh, well, now you got to get on this show. And I'm like, God.
I'm still on the
Like,
first
I don't
season of
have-
Fuller House.
Yeah.
Oh.
I was like, I don't have time to. How do you guys know all these references and have like a life?
Oh, they
on
don't.
top of that.
Because they're millennials and they don't.
And
Oh,
I'm
true.
just kidding.
let alone a wife.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I got lucky because, man, it's very time consuming what we've gotten ourselves into.
Yeah.
That's why I just don't do it.
Yeah, I guess that was one of the things about like celebrities and I guess a lot of the guys in the scene is that like they just know a reference about everything. Oh yeah, the guy that did this. Oh yeah, the guy that did that. And I'm like, how the hell do you know that? When did you hear this? I'm just like
Keeping up with it's a lot harder now, especially
Yeah.
with social medias and
Yeah.
they're spoilers. So I turn stuff down and out a lot because
Yeah.
I don't want to be
Oh
spoiled.
god, yeah. Anytime there's a show that I like, I always stay off it for like. Or if there's somebody I know that's one of those spoilers, like I'll unfollow them for like a week or two.
What do you mean spoilers?
Like Game of Thrones or something like that.
Oh, I
like,
got you.
Yeah.
I had somebody give the ending out to was it Wolverine? I think it was, or one of the last X-Men, and
Logan?
I wanted to see it, and
Yeah.
somebody gave out the ending right away.
Yeah.
It's like, cool. All right, I don't want to watch it anymore.
Yeah. No, exactly.
If I gave two shits about any shows, then I would worry about spoilers, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, I'm a TV junkie, so I watch quite a bit of TV, mostly reruns because I don't like new stuff.
I used to watch a lot of TV, and now between IRN and this show and the comics and the band, I'm buried in this or on my phone all the time.
Yeah, because that's what I see is that like almost every update from you guys is like, we're at this band, checking this out. We're here with this comic, checking this out. And I'm like, how awesome.
Not
This
we.
is like, yeah, exactly.
we.
Just that week.
Not
on top
we.
of that.
No, we,
Yeah,
him.
We.
We is me and my
Excuse
wife.
me. Okay. You and Lisa got
Yeah,
it.
his name is on the banner, so I have to do all the work.
I'm busy Weinsteining in the background.
Yeah, exactly.
Whining in the background.
Steining, whatever.
Oh, yeah. I
hate
think that
you.
was one thing I was trying to say. Like, Jared Walker said, like, a presidential amount of pussy. Like, a girl grabbed a presidential amount of pussy. And I was like, well, I want to get in on that. So I think I may have made a Weinsteinian amount of something.
So, you want to play a game?
Yeah.
No.
More one-liners from Matt Williams.
Pop quiz, hot shot.
Because he broke the rules. What rule?
You did it! You did it! I knew you would! I just knew you would!
Let's just do it. Let's meet this thing head on. And you were in it to win it.
You talked over the whole opening.
It's different.
Oh.
That was accident.
That was a good segue.
All right, the name of the game is real news, fake news, hashtag Tyree's trivia, hashtag whatever you want it to be.
Absolutely real.
That's right, that is real. Mr. President Donald Trump, grab him by the B. All right, so what I do is I grab headlines, and that feels a little muffled.
Number 45.
I grab some headlines, and you tell me if it's based off of a real story or a fake story. Satire, onion, stuff like that does not count. It would be considered fake news. I might rework the titles, and I'm going to start incorporating facts, topical facts, but still facts. So the first question, Matt, you give us our points. Throw one of those balls. Right here, buddy. Right. That hit
Didn't
me.
make it.
Okay.
7 points.
For 7 points.
7.
The Onion sues Trump administration for stealing all their ideas. Is that real news or fake news?
Hold on, say it again.
The Onion sues Trump administration for stealing all their ideas.
You know, the real news source, the Onion.
Yeah, exactly. I believe that more than anything else.
I think the Onion's more credible than, like, Drudge.
Ndale says true. Casey says fake.
Fake.
Fake. Real. Fake.
Like, the funny thing is that, like Taiwan and China and stuff like that will see Onion titles, and they'll think that's real news, and then they'll spread it.
Didn't Google had something in their top 10 news sources of breaking news? One of them was a fake story. What do you want?
That makes sense.
Are there answers on Facebook?
Glick says fake. Glick says, wow, epic fail, LOL.
That was for the segue.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Must be he's never heard a segue on the show.
Yeah.
That was pretty close to it.
Yeah, it's called
perfect.
It's called say a joke that bombs and then play a bunch of shitty music.
You just called your opening music shitty. I love that because he's right. Jeff Klein says fake. Welcome, Jeff.
Look at Jeff.
He's
See, like, you guys have monitors and I don't, so I really feel blind to whatever's
because
going on.
you would be very distracted if you had this in front of you. Trust me.
Yeah.
Trey says fake. Indeo says fake. Do you have everything up there?
What's that?
Do you have both of them up there? Can you see them? Can you see them?
I have both.
Right,
I don't see Ndale though. First time watcher. Welcome,
that's on
Wendy.
You stream fake.
Hey, Wendy.
Fake.
Summers?
Oh, KC.
No, Wendy, the redhead with the burgers.
Yeah, that one.
Wendy with the burgers?
She's like 60 now, right?
Like Dave's daughter?
Mm.
She's like 50.
Oh, 50?
Yeah, like 50.
Jeez.
She's a gilf.
50's a gilf?
Jake Jansen, what's
30's
that,
a gilf nowadays.
That's true.
All right, I'm looking for... There we
You
are.
eat the plan.
All right, for 7 points, The Onion sues the Trump administration for stealing all their story ideas. That, my friends...
The news is fake.
Fake.
Oh,
You really thought I was going to... All right.
Psych.
Next question.
Nicole, I gave Casey the points. Shut up.
Thanks, Nicole. Next question, Matt. How many points is that worth?
6 points.
It's close.
I like your style.
Guy Fieri, whatever, cooks thousands of barbecue meals for victim of the California wildfires, then immediately criticized for using a smoker.
Guy Fieri.
That sounds true.
It's Guy Fieri.
Like, no matter what he does, people are going to hate what he does for no reason.
Using a smoker.
Yeah. He's like, it's barbecue.
It's the Great American Smoke-Off.
Look. Welcome to
Smoke your
LA.
way to the top. Wait.
Did he call wherever he was Flavor Town? Because like
California's new Flavor Town. We've got brisket in the forest.
Liquid juice.
And ribs in your house. Well, at least where it used to be.
For all but the gay ones, Jeff Klein says.
I love him.
What?
I wasn't listening. What'd you say? Anything good? I'll have to go back. Mark the tape.
I think it's better when you're not talking, not listening.
It's usually the same thing.
Things go a lot smoothly already whenever you're not paying attention.
I don't know what you're talking about. See? He is a comedian.
I'm keeping... Dude, you looking for an intern job? I need someone honest.
As long as it doesn't pay me.
It doesn't.
You've got a deal.
All right.
Guy Fieri cooks thousands of barbecue
I'm
meals.
going to Weinstein my way in here.
For victims of California wildfires, then immediately criticized for using a smoker. You got ready? You ready? You ready? You ready? You ready?
Who's on Facebook? Just Click and Klein?
Yep.
Click and Klein.
Absolutely real.
That's a real story.
Oh, I knew it.
I don't know if that's there.
No, people hate him.
That's not supposed to be that. Who? Click?
Akeem.
Next question is worth how many points?
Let's see.
What'd it hit?
My shoulder. My
5.
head.
He hit 5.
Damn it!
5 twice.
All right, 20.
You might be the worst at this.
No, he went 7, 6, 5. This kid's good.
All right, 5. How about 5? Let's do 5.
It hit 5.
No.
Ah, crap. Never mind. Well, that showed up. Well, I don't care. If you want it, you get it. Let's see. Man kills family friend for hitting imaginary girlfriend. For hitting on imaginary girlfriend. Man kills family friend for hitting on imaginary girlfriend.
Everyone gets the points.
For hitting on?
I don't like your style.
I don't either already.
Everyone gets the points.
Oh, sweet. What was it? Or
Oh, if you don't know, you're not getting them.
That's fake news. Bah.
Absolutely real.
Let's go ahead.
Holy shit.
Let's get to the next one.
All right.
All right.
Okay, either that's 2 or 17.
For 17 points, 325-pound Florida woman accused of killing child by sitting on her.
Ooh.
325 pounds. Is that a lot?
Yeah. Oh, well, how tall was she? Because that, like...
How tall?
Yeah, because, like, that really makes you spread out, depending, like...
Death by suffocation sucks, dude.
I'm going to say real.
Look, if I'm getting stood on by a giraffe or a horse, it's still 325 pounds.
Yeah, exactly.
Matt's going real. Endale says fake. KC says real. KC's gotten them all right so far. LM says real.
It's probably going to be fake, but
Blick
I'm going to say real. Because it's also Florida. Like, whenever you put Florida in it, it automatically just, like...
You have no fucking idea what it's going to be.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like putting Florida in everything, though,
Yeah.
so it'll really throw everybody off.
Yeah. Well, I think, like, if you say California as well, like, that's, like, number 2 on the scale.
Well, no, Texas and Ohio.
That's true.
Ohio doesn't get recognized enough for their bull.
Yeah, that's true.
I'd like to say I hate California.
But
I've never been there, but I hate California.
They sure are passing a lot of stuff that's like, really?
The people are douchey. They make too many fucking rules.
They're all high and they smell like patchouli.
Right. It might be worse than Boston.
Yeah.
Maybe. I'm not going either, so I don't care.
I don't know. I've been to Boston though, and it was okay.
The only thing that makes Boston worse is the sound of their voice.
No, okay.
Pa.
Oh yeah. Well, that's where I got this. Excuse me, my
It
koozie,
is?
not the yeah. It says
Mike did not go to Boston to get that for you. I promise.
Boston.
You've been to Boston?
Yeah. Yeah, I went to Fenway. Well, like I'm a big baseball fan, so like I appreciated it for the baseball, but it was weird walking around because like everything's so cramped together. Like that's the weird thing about me going. Like I'm from Pensacola and like everything's spread out,
But everything's literally around Harvard Yard.
Yeah, And then whenever I go to an actual city, I'm like, oh God, so many people are here and like touching me.
So how about Madden getting kicked out of the game for freaking pointing out that they made a bad call? They throw him out of the freaking game and then apologize later because they were wrong. Dude, are you kidding me?
That's pretty much it.
If Madden tells you you're wrong, you're wrong.
Yeah.
Let's try to keep this
Was it in
straight.
Chicago?
Yes, sir.
I'm not sure.
Then, see, that would have made the
I don't
difference.
care about baseball. I like the headline. It was freaking cool.
Oh, we're talking about Joe Madden, right?
Ohio is nothing like that. Were we talking about Ohio?
Yeah, I mentioned Ohio.
Yeah.
Ohio has
Someone's
the same
actually
stories.
listening to you, Mike.
Somebody, I don't know why. Somebody has they have the same amount of stories that come out. Ohio and Texas. Texas is really
I believe Texas.
because everything's bigger in Texas, even their stories.
Ohio used to have the dumbest criminals until Florida kind of took over.
But they all came down here.
Yeah. I think that's
genius.
Yeah.
Smart. I want to leave. I'm going to Ohio. I'll show them. All right, that was
I'm going to shovel snow.
325-pound Florida woman accused of killing a child by sitting on her.
Absolutely real.
That is real. Next question.
Wow.
Here's my ex-wife.
Wait. I said true, right?
I don't know.
You did.
I think
I wasn't
You got
listening.
Wow. Oh, sorry.
I'm doing your job, Matt. 9.
For 9 points.
999.
Man arrested after cops mistook donut glaze for meth. Awarded $37,522.
True.
I may have added $22.
It was a 325-pound woman's husband.
She get $1,000 for every pound.
$10 for every pound or whatever.
I don't like
that.
$100, yeah. How did they award that though? Like, is it the legal fees that?
Well, he was in jail for 30 days.
Yeah.
Arrested.
How much was it? 32.
37.
30,
Oh,
okay.
how many days?
No, like how much he got paid?
$37,500.
Wow.
Allegedly, accordingly, if this
Yeah.
is a real story.
Yeah.
I went all out this week.
Yeah. No, because like, did you hear about that guy that was in jail for like it was like 10 to 20 years, and he got like $80
That happens
when he
a
came
lot.
out.
That
Yeah.
happens. Is that the guy? That's
was
not
black.
the guy that didn't have a trial. Of course he was.
I think it was. He had like $80.
And I don't believe he got a trial.
Yeah,
so
they're
he was
like-
just sitting there.
Yeah, they're like, my bad.
I don't think there's enough money if you've been in jail 20 years and didn't belong there.
Yeah.
There's not enough money
Yeah.
to fix what his.
Yeah.
But
you're
even
different.
when it is, so let's say that he was awarded $2 million.
Yeah.
Glick says
They don't just give that to you. They fight you tooth and nail.
Yeah.
You have to get the UCLA to help you out. It's really screwed up.
The
Are you-
UCLA?
yeah.
ACLU?
You have to get to college.
No wonder he's in the big
No,
chair.
you got to get the football team.
The Bruins, they're here for you. Jesus Christ.
The UCLA. It's like the Ohio State.
He picked out 4 letters. It's like he just scooped out the alphabet soup and went.
I was
UCLA.
close. Aren't they all right? They're all the same, just different order.
Jesus,
I'm
mother
dyslexic,
God.
you dick. Thanks.
I'm dyslexic.
Thanks for spell shaming me.
Jesus Christ. NAADP.
Man awarded blah, blah, blah. Here we go.
My ruin.
Mistook donut glaze for meth awarded $37,500. That, of course,
Hi, baby.
Absolutely real.
is
Yep.
real, and now everybody knows what number I have to use. Let's do a score update.
All right. Matt Williams, KC, and Glick all have 44. Jeff Klein has 18. N. Deo has 20. LM Deo has 22.
Oh.
And Trey has 12.
Trey.
Last question.
Nobody else matters.
Ooh, the last one.
He's
Oh,
worth
yeah, big old
6
3.
points. For 6 points,
Well, if I hit the 3, does it mean 6?
yeah, it does now. Trump proposes ban on unflattering Halloween costumes of himself.
Isn't that all of them? That's all of them, right?
This is the
But
last
he
question.
doesn't want it. He doesn't want it.
Trump proposes ban on unflattering Halloween costumes of
You
himself.
must say Merry
Right.
Christmas, and you cannot wear my face for Halloween.
Because there's flattering Halloween costumes of him somewhere.
It's all
Those are allowed.
Yeah, exactly.
See, I would think this is a crap story just simply because he loves his face anywhere.
Yeah.
Pick that face up right there.
Put it up.
Oh, okay.
Hold on, let me
Yep.
change cameras. Camera 1, camera 2. Whoops, cut straight to Matt.
Flattering. Like, I would let that guy touch me to move ahead in life. Actually, I'd let any guy touch me to move ahead in life.
He's like, hey, you want to see a dead body?
What is this?
What the hell just happened?
I think we went back to what is that? That movie with the 4 boys.
Yeah.
Stand by me.
Stand by me.
Goonies? No.
The Goonies, yeah. Whoever they search to see a dead body, the Goonies.
That was, it was Stand by Me.
Yeah, no, that was all like. That's another thing. Like, there's going to be a lot of Simpsons references. To what? Whatever I talk about, I can usually trace it back to.
Have
a
you
Simpsons
done one
reference.
yet?
What are you, Matt Groening?
That's exactly what that was, though. Was I don't know, Bart Simpson was like skipping school or something like that, and these guys come up on a skiff, and it was supposed to be a reference for like Huck Finn or something like that, but instead it was like two homeless guys, and one was like, "Hey, you want to see a dead body?" And
so I'm sorry.
So
that was
anyway,
a Stand By Me reference.
False. That's what I'm saying. It's false.
That was a Stand By Me reference. I'm sorry.
I thought we were supposed to follow that with bad music.
It's been playing the whole time.
It doesn't matter. That, my
The
friends,
news is fake.
It's fake.
No.
We're
All
gonna take
right.
a break.
Hold on, we got to do this real quick.
Do we?
Yeah.
Real quick. We have Matt, KC, and Glick all tied with 50. Pick a number between 1 and 20. Matt, Glick, and KC, please.
13.
Josh Hockman. Very quick. I'm proud of you right now.
Well, I'm going to throw it because Matt can't throw it.
What? Yes, he can. Okay, go ahead and
He's
throw
part of it.
Go ahead.
Oh. Oh, you already have it.
KC and Glick, give me a number between 1 and 20, please. Hurry up so we can end this shit. KC, Glick, hello. May the force be with
Oh,
you.
cool. Well, that makes sense. Stan, check it out.
All right, so
Yeah.
KC says 3.
We're making a statement right now.
Glick says there's 7 people watching, so Glick says 7.
Good
Are you
God.
fucking serious?
13.
What? What'd you say?
I said 13.
Woo! Matt Williams wins. In-studio winner. Glick says 13.
I bet he did.
There's a tie. Congratulations. All right, we're going to give you guys a break. When we come back, we will talk with Matt Williams and let him tell you some more jokes.
Cool.
Why am I sitting here alone? Hope you're as miserable as me. Finally could say that I'm relieved. We're not meant to be. If you ever think of me, wipe those thoughts from your head. If you ever say my name, strip those words from your mouth and fucking go away. Just fucking go away. See, you found yourself a friend. Won't be long until the end. Soon he'll see your thoughts within. You can't hide your sin. If you ever think of me, wipe those thoughts from your head. If you ever say my name, strip those words from your mouth. If you ever want to be anything but a whore, I suggest you walk away. Don't let your ass hit the door. Just fucking go away. Don't let your ass hit the door. Just fucking go away. Just fucking go away.
Hey, this is Cam Bertrand, and you're tuned into Open Mic Live, because you make good decisions.
Hola, we're back.
Welcome back, everybody.
What band was that?
Slingshot Robot.
Awesome.
They'll be in next week, 7 p.m. Tune in. Open Mic the Show.
Are they a Tampa band?
They are a Valrico or
we
Newport
only
Richie.
play local music. Local music, local comics. That's all we do.
Unless they're good.
And well.
Then it's a charity case.
Then they won't come in here.
Yeah.
So I'm Stan Down Dale, and with me is Michael Tyree, and joining us is Matt Williams. Welcome, Matt.
Michael. It's me.
This guy is awesome. I love you, Matt. So let's talk about Cam.
Cam's in Hollywood now. Matt, when are you going?
Yeah,
seriously, can we get help?
No, seriously, when are you going?
I'm drowning in my own talent.
I'm going to start a GoFundMe account to get you a ticket out of here. No.
Train, right?
No, that's. Did you know that's what they do to crazy people?
Put them on trains?
Yeah, no, it's called the Greyhound treatment, where crazy people will go in, and when they start getting discharged, they'll buy them a $50 bus ticket and just send them to somewhere in the Midwest.
That's what I do to my ex-girlfriends.
Hold on.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like when Cuba used to just send us their shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I swear to God, that's how they that's how they would do it.
They send them to the Midwest.
Midwest or
Tampa.
wherever the bus ticket took them.
I rode down actually by the Greyhound station yesterday, and there's some pretty interesting looking people there.
The bus station is a plethora of character.
See, I kind of want to take a mega bus to somewhere just for the story.
Have you ever ridden a bus in long distance? I mean, I used to when we were young. My dad used to come up and we'd take a Greyhound back to New York. You know what I mean?
Because I really want to just to be like, yeah, I did that, and then that's how I got this scar. You know, that's usually probably what would happen, right? Yeah, I think that's what would happen is if I was on a bus that I
you'd get a scar.
Yeah,
you got to learn who to talk to and who not to talk to, Matt.
Yeah, that's my problem. Is I'll talk to anybody, especially the guy who's just whittling a knife. He's like, yeah.
I mean, I'll talk to anyone, but I'm aware of who I'm talking to when I'm doing it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
That's my problem.
It is. You have
but
a problem?
It's also how I got on here.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's our problem.
So you guys really need to start vetting your people.
I've been running them by Jonas, and I forgot to check on you.
No, that guy gives the best hugs. I love that guy.
He does give the best hugs.
Yeah, just all encompassing. Just it's like all of Jonas. It's crazy,
dude. Well, he's big enough that he can all encompass you. That's the thing. And then he puts on the sweatsuits and freaking. He's like, dude, I love you.
Yeah.
But so anyway, this is about you.
Is it?
First of all, I want to thank you because you're one of the first people who I went into their bio.
Yeah.
And you weren't afraid to put your freaking age in there. Your actual birthday. Is that your real birthday in there?
Yeah.
So you're 32.
Yeah.
You just turned 32.
I just turned 32.
In September.
It's like if they don't have their birthday in their bio, they're older than 30.
I like the ones that say, message me if you want my birthday. It's like...
That's weird.
F you.
So weird.
I really don't care that much about your birthday. I just kind of want to know how old you were since you were coming in the show, you douche.
Yeah.
No. I don't get it with guys. I can see chicks, they're funny about their weight, their age, and all that. You know what I mean? But a guy, there's... unless you're catfishing someone, there's no reason for you to freaking...
No, I'm like, this is how old I am.
Right. I mean, you're the youngest guy in the room.
Yeah.
Mike's like 40 what?
7.
Gross.
Oh, 37. Excuse me.
37?
I can't spell ACUL.
And you are not ACUL.
You still didn't get it right.
ACDC.
Dean Barber from Atlanta. What's up, bro? So anyway,
how
long have you been trying to do comedy?
37 years.
I'm just kidding.
Jesus. I mean, I've been trying to be funny my whole life, but
when is that?
Like, actually,
when you grow up, that'll really take off.
I mean, when did you finally decide that you were going to not be funny on stage? I'm just kidding. It's the Open Mic Live roast. You did.
Yeah, no, that's the greatest thing about doing roast is not only do you always lose, but you walk away with your feelings hurt.
Right.
Because like
you should have, if you're a comedian, you should not have feelings.
Oh yeah,
but you have the most
my
feelings.
problem. Is that like
comedians are the most emotional people I've ever met.
No, I was about to turn 30, and it was something I always wanted to do, and I've always liked to write. I've always liked to do listen to stand up and stuff like that. And I finally I started in Pensacola 2 years ago. I'm in my third year now. I started in July, and sometimes it just takes just manning the fuck up and going up. And I drank a lot before I went up, and I got and I was like, oh, I got that, so let's work on that. And ever since then,
you just continue drinking.
Yeah, I just kept that's why I look like the way I do.
So that's the opposite of Tommy Gill, because when he drank and went up there, he was hilarious.
Yeah,
he quit drinking and he just screamed a lot.
Yeah,
so like Sam Kinison.
God, yeah, it's crazy. He's like the opposite of Sam Kinison. Like completely sober, he will go out of his mind on stage.
And so that's exactly right, though, because his real,
his real disposition is really nice and calm and sweet and
serene
and quiet.
Yeah.
That was the thing. Then when
virgin as it gets.
Then when he goes upstage, I really wanted to start to do this thing with there's a bunch of guys that have their own intro, and that's what Tommy has his own intro. Whenever he, that's how he gets the crowd, and he'd walk up, and he'd just go, "What's up?"
Right.
And then boom,
I'm Tommy Gill.
And then he'll go into his thing.
It's okay to start that way and get everyone's attention.
Yeah.
But to do the next 5 minutes like that is way too sober for me.
Yeah, no, exactly.
That's why.
And that's why I'm like, wow, that's so intense.
He's so funny because he throws parties based on his sobriety. When he went through Lent, he came out of Lent and had a party so he could drink again.
Yeah.
And now he quit drinking for sections at a time.
Yeah.
And now he's having a party so that he can get drunk.
Yeah.
Like when he goes off the wagon, he plans going off the wagon.
I think this is.
Watch Open Mic Live now.
Try that again.
What's up? It's Tommy Gill. Watch Open Mic Live now.
So that's normally him, huh?
Sounds like
I love him.
open my mic live.
What that?
What's up? It's Tommy Gill. Watch Open Mic Live.
What's up, Bubba? Well, that was after 6 beers.
That's true.
Chris an hour.
Yeah.
Chris Quick says, that's how I roll. I just get drunk and let it rip. He does a
no, that's awesome.
He does a Periscope show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Which is
okay.
He's not good enough to do a podcast, so he does a Periscope show. Yes, he's listening.
What an asshole.
So you don't have to be in the studio for me to read. But dude, seriously, I never thought I would sit there and watch some dude in his goddamn garage for 4 hours, and I can't stop watching this kid every time I tune into him.
Yeah.
I'll give you the link later. So I mean,
another thing for me to watch.
Right, awesome. Exactly.
I love it.
Well, you don't have to watch it; just listen.
Listen. Yeah, no. I spend most of my day in my car because I have to drive almost an hour to work, hour back, and then I live in Newport Richey. I say Trinity so people don't think I'm a piece of trash. So
it's the same thing.
Shut the fuck.
You're not gonna fool me. I can spell Trinity. Not Newport Richie though.
Yeah, exactly. And then, but after that, whenever I want to go to a mic, it's at least 40 minutes to wherever I want to go. So I'm spending most of the good part of my day in my car. And so I listen to podcasts. I got XM radio finally, and it's been much better. I forgot what the point of this was.
Me too.
Yeah.
It is that you actually do listen to shows.
Yeah.
But people are constantly trying to bombard you with them, and you don't have time for all of them.
Right.
So at least just give me the good ones.
Yeah. Well, I listened to the Bill Burr podcast for the most part because I just love that it's just him by himself, also entertaining himself. He knows he's doing he's got 1 million subscribers or something like that, but he's just talking and laughing his ass off to stuff that he's saying that he knows is ridiculous, and he's committing to it, and then he'd be like, but he's awesome. And that was
And here's the thing, though, is that's going to be a good show. It's Bill Burr.
Yeah, right.
So I wish more people honestly would just check into local comedians, local podcasts,
right?
Local musicians, local podcast. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because there's some good ones out there. Now there's some very, very bad ones out there. You're on one.
Fun fact: actually, my dad saw Tom Petty before he got big in Gainesville with it was a band called the Mud Sharks or something like that before he got big, and it was. every once in a while you'll be watching these local guys, and you're just gonna go like, there's something there.
Right.
Like, you don't know exactly what it is, how long it's going to take, but you're like, that guy's really, really good. And so that's what I really love watching, especially when someone's new to the scene and they're, just like hungry just to learn about what they're doing and like finding how, like their joke writing style, what works for them, what really doesn't.
Right.
And then the fact that like if you don't get a laugh, it doesn't mean it's your fault either. So it's amazing to watch.
And that's the thing is, like, when we first started doing this, Mike was like, you need to go in and listen to some podcasts. So he gave me, different ones to go in and listen to.
Yeah.
And I went into these podcasts and I went, I do not want to do whatever that is.
Right.
I do not want this show to be anything about that template.
Right.
Because it's just, a lot of them are terrible, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what I mean? Like, this isn't great, but like, at least we want to get better. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, exactly. And that's what I see is that, like, from the first time I watched you guys till now, it's like every show gets better, and that you guys will like cut some stuff out, do whatever, and that you guys are actually really good at interviewing people and being engaging, and like plus you guys are just funny as shit. So that also helps. So
he said I was funny.
Yeah, I was looking at Mike when I said
I'm back to tape.
Strike your tongue.
Yeah,
but yeah, no. I mean, so like. You've only been doing it a couple of years, right?
Right. Yeah.
And it's a tough market out there.
Right.
But you guys have a pretty good family, which we talked about, right?
Right.
Now. The local scene in comedy has a pretty good family that is kind of weeding out the dicks.
Well, see, like the cool thing about the Tampa scene is that they're really it's like a really close knit group of people, and it's competitive, but it's not that like cutthroat competitive. It's that kind of competitive that makes you want to do better because you're like, oh, that guy's really stepping up their game. Well, I got to step mine up, and so you just got to write, get on stage. You really have to keep up, or else you're just going to get left behind and just. I mean, it's
but you're
fine
not afraid
if you
to
just
help
want
each other.
Yeah, no, exactly.
You're not afraid of losing people by helping someone else,
right?
Like
yeah, exactly.
These guys are trying to actually build a network, and it's beautiful to watch.
Yeah.
So, like, are there comics out there right now that you kind of try to stay close to? I mean, like Cam was always with Jonas Rio. You know what I mean?
Right.
And look what it did for him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I think no matter what you do, if you're a musician, if you're an artist, if you're a comic, I think you just gravitate towards people that are motivated, and I try to stick around like good people that also keep me honest. Like, none of the jokes that I do on stage are complete. I don't want to say completely mine. I want to say that whenever I go on stage, like, I have this. It's kind of like if you write for a newspaper, you don't just write something and then just shoot it off to the printing press.
Right.
Like, the printing press.
Extra, extra.
Yeah, because they print shit.
Yeah, exactly. No, anytime I have a new joke or something,
I put it in
like
yellow
that,
pages so everyone will see it.
You bring it to an editor, and I have like 4 or 5 editors at least at a time, and so that's what I spend most of my day doing is just like finding out what part of a joke works, just going like, this is garbage. It was funny when I thought of it, and get rid of it. But that was the thing about writing, is that like you always kind of keep stuff in your back pocket and keep it in case it comes up again. And so I spend most of my day writing, critiquing. Like I really like writing tags for other people. Sometimes people don't like that as much,
But that's a niche.
yeah,
Like, sometimes writing and performing are 2 different talents.
yeah,
Like, there are people that can write great jokes,
Yeah.
but they can't go up there and deliver them.
right.
You know what
yeah.
I mean? And then there's some people that can deliver other people's jokes
Right.
like there's no tomorrow. You know what I mean?
I think the way I break it down is that like I'm a fan first, then a writer, then a performer, and I'm trying to bring that performance part like as close to my writing as possible, because like whatever's up here has to come out on stage, because that's the most vivid thing that I can do. That's the joke. That's what I see up here, and that's what I've been working on like the last 2 years, is just making sure that like it makes sense on top of like that. Like that's one of my struggles. It's just like I know what it is up here, but just in between here and here, I have to make sure that fits. And I'm not. Yeah, exactly.
From here to here, shit goes wrong.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
that's delivery, my friend.
Yeah, exactly. Because like I know I'm not one of those guys that can stand there and hold an audience. There's some guys that can do that, and it blows me
Not without a
away.
gun.
But like for me, I'm always like kind of pacing back and forth. I'm always like doing a voice or doing a character, and so like for me it's a
so you
performance.
Think you overcompensate a little bit?
Well, no, I'm trying to keep it like one. It's evolutionarily like if there's something moving, people are going to watch it,
right?
And so I realize that I'm a performer, and that if you're not doing something, people are going to stop paying attention.
So you figure
out of sight, out of mind.
You figure if the jokes make them stop listening, at least if you're moving, they'll keep
right. Yeah.
What's he going to do next?
Yeah.
I didn't know this was an acrobatic show.
Yeah, exactly. They start scratching their head like that. They're like, banana.
But I mean, you've gone to school for a lot of different things.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like bachelor's of science, microbiology, biology, psychology, pre-med.
Right.
Okay. Med?
Yeah, I was in medical school for 2 years.
Right. That's where he picks up all the chicks.
No, that was Caliente.
Right, he's like, I know this bitch will listen to me.
Yeah.
Rubber by the oh.
Yeah.
So which one of those was your favorite?
Jesus.
I mean, which one is really part of it? Like, I love psychology.
Right. I think psychology is the one that is really the most applicable. No, because I spent 2 years
See,
in the
I'm trying
night
to use a big
shift.
word to prove you went to college.
Yeah.
How much did that cost you?
You can't spell the shit, but you even sounded
applicable.
I can highlight it in my book.
No, but go ahead.
No, that was on a word calendar today, so like, it has nothing to do with my...
You mean the toilet paper word of the day? Ah, shit. Applicable. Yeah, that's right.
He said that shit 43 times today, so he wouldn't forget it.
This is applicable to my butt.
And I agree with you. Psychology really would be the most applicable.
Well,
Jesus Christ, that is hard to say smoothly.
Yeah. I worked in a psychiatric hospital for 2.5 years on the night shift. And so, they would bring the Baker Acts. And so what would happen would be like, it was in Tallahassee, and so the Tallahassee PD would bring people in with handcuffs screaming. They'd be like, unlock, your problem now, figure it out. And we're like, okay, fine.
It sounds like another Friday night in my house. Glick says, better question is, how many jobs does he currently have to pay off all them loans? School loans are not cheap.
Yeah, no.
Is that why you kept moving from school to school? Because they freaking...
I actually did pretty good for undergrad because going up in high school, I volunteered, I had good grades, and so at that time, the Bright Futures covered all of it.
100%.
Yeah. It was 100%, and you got like a stipend for your books.
So at that time, you had hope for a bright future.
Right, exactly. I was
And
like,
then
oh yeah, I think
you
I'm
didn't take advantage of it.
I'm going to do this, and then I
quit.
Let's see, what happened after that? No. After that, I applied to med
smoking
school.
weed.
Yeah.
I went to college and got the experience.
Yeah. No, well, like I went to medical school in the Caribbean, but the school that I went to didn't have federal financial loans, and that was the big thing that fucked me up. Was that like there's a couple of them down there that has to do with accreditation and stuff that you have to take, and so I was doing an online master's for like it was like medical management or something like that to pay for my tuition, but it didn't pay for my room and board. And so when I tried to get the private loans, they'd be like, where are you at? And I'm like, here. And they go, no. And so after that amount of time, I couldn't afford it anymore. And actually, I was completely miserable doing it. And so that's kind of what led me to here, because after I couldn't do that school
like
anymore.
This show.
That led me to right here.
So hold on. So you figured...
No, fuck you. This is one of the best times I've ever had.
He's like, well, I can't succeed in a school where I understand what they're saying. I'll go to the Caribbean. Maybe this will work out.
Come on. I got you open mind.
My Duolingo is working.
No, but it was on the Grand Cayman. That was one of the best parts, is during that like Occupy Wall Street thing. And I was this close to writing like a postcard and be like, your money's here in Grand Cayman, but I didn't want to get deported, so I didn't.
So how do you say GoFundMe in Caribbean?
Give me your fucking money.
I cut you.
I cut you deep. Yeah.
Jesus Christ. So, I mean, going through your little bio, that you actually were kind enough to put a few things in there at least. Did you do it yourself, or did you pay someone to do this?
No, I actually did it myself.
You didn't have Hawkman do it?
Yeah.
like Lawrence does.
Yeah,
Hawkman will take care of it.
Oh yeah, no. It's like I'm not, I just realized that after all that, I'm not that important. So.
You just realized that? I could have told you that shit months ago, bro.
It cost me $50K to do that.
Jorge, welcome, brother.
Oh my God, it's him.
This is a much better show than the one he was on. I can tell you that right now. I mean,
I love that guy.
That guy doesn't even know what his name is.
You didn't even bring us the medicinal stuff. Jesus.
So you make mention quite a bit to music.
Yeah.
So bass players
Right.
is the first thing that you put up there.
Right.
You want the bass player to be the coolest guy on the stage. My favorite member of the band is the bass. Is that yours as well, or are you making mockery of it? And I just didn't get the joke?
No. It's actually being serious, and it was actually taken from The Office. Remember that guy Creed that would just kind of pop up every once in a while? That just like hated everything. Yeah, exactly. Well, he had a blog that he would just like do sporadically, and that was one of the things that he broke up. He broke down like a bunch of like how the lead singer is, the lead guitar player, the drummer. You know, like the drummer was like insane, of course. And then it's like if you had a horn section, if you had a guy that played trumpet, he always bought all the drinks because he was just happy to be in a band. And so like that's where I got that from. Yeah.
Jorge says, "Damn. So as soon as I drop in, this is what I get." Dude, seriously, I'm just trying to make Matt feel better.
Yeah.
But I mean, have you ever tried playing an instrument?
Yeah, I play bass.
Do you?
Yeah.
You ever thought about going back to bass? No, I'm just kidding.
You can make some money there.
Just kidding.
Yeah, unlike working for you guys. I knew this was going to happen.
Have you ever listened?
It took an hour, right? Is that how long it took? It took
this
an hour.
This is your segment, can you tell?
Exactly. Hey, let's check out this douchebag.
He's a bass player.
I should be mocking him because I cannot play an instrument. I've tried like hell and bass is the simplest instrument there is. There's like 4 strings.
Pretty easy.
Yeah.
Can you play bass?
Allegedly.
I can play regular guitar. If you cut 2 strings off, I can definitely play bass.
You can be the guy from Presidents of the United States. He calls it the shitar.
Shitar?
Yeah.
Because it's not because the guitar is complicated with that half step on the
Yeah, he has like 4 guitar strings on it, or like he plays bass with I think it's
That's
just a guitar with like 4 strings.
Daddy plays.
Yeah.
So I like this. They should also be expert head nodders, as this is a major part of playing the bass. That is not wrong.
You just got to groove.
Right.
Well, see, like I don't think
like half
that,
rock out.
That nah, but like that's what I'm talking about. You have to groove.
Show me how you do that.
Well, the drummer has to have his mouth open.
Yeah.
I wish the guest had it. See that?
I'll take you to school.
Been practicing.
I've been practicing.
Just because I'm not playing doesn't mean I haven't been practicing.
So psychology, how long did you take psychology?
All 4 years.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
So how many of those years did you actually pass?
All of them. Actually, that was one of the best things that I'm good at was pretty much talking to people. And like for the
how do you do that?
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah.
Can you teach me?
Like,
all right. Well, that's what most of my job was when I was working in that psych hospital was just talking to people. And most people that came in, it was either anxiety or depression. Like most of them were actively trying to kill themselves. Yeah. Not on stage.
Right.
That was the thing.
Right. They were off stage comedians.
Yeah. And for the most part, like if you sit down and listen to people, you learn a lot from them. And for the most part, the guys that I talked to, like I had a lot of war vets that had PTSD, and I had a lot of people that like I had this one guy that came back from Iraq. His wife had sold the house, divorced him, and took the kid. And he was like, I want to fucking die. And I was like, that makes sense. And he was like, really? And I was like, yeah, you're not crazy. Like, that sucks. And so I think that's what a lot of people look for, is someone to just kind of put their shoulder on and, like, let it all come out. And after that, they're like, I feel so much better now. And that's a lot of times what they lack.
Make them feel like they have a valid reason for feeling the way they feel.
Yeah, no shit. Yeah,
I mean,
that's what it is.
And they do have a valid reason for feeling the way they feel. You know, and you're right. People are too quick to categorize you or shove you into a room because they don't understand you or have the patience to deal with you.
Right. And some of it, like, this is like actually a PSA to anybody. If you actually go to the ER and they're like, have you ever felt like hurting yourself? Always say no. Because then you have that, I think it's called like the duty to report or something like that with the physicians. They may not want to, but since you said yeah, then they're like, we need to go talk to somebody.
Oh, see, now as soon as I started having the feelings of hurting myself, I just got married so that someone else could do it.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
It takes the pressure off of me so much,
physically and emotionally.
Oh, she doesn't,
and financially.
Yeah, you're right. No. She's way better with money than I am, bro. I just throw that shit away.
Yeah, no, I was like, here, let me piss off anybody in a good relationship.
Right. That's it?
What? It was autoplay. I can't control it.
I saw you do this.
I couldn't control it. I did it automatically.
Good call. Good call.
Beep. All right. Well, I guess
Mike
break. Tyree has decided that this segue is done.
Done.
We're going to come back with Stanley Feud, and then after that,
I can't
whether
wait.
Mike likes it or not, whether you like it or not, I'm not done talking to Matt. Damn it. He's good at talking to people.
Inside the little game. Never thought that you'd take hold. Now I know you can't be alone. I don't need your fake affection. Sick of all your cruel intentions. I finally reached the end, but you already knew when. She'll read your mind. She'll steal your money. She'll give you one try. Don't listen to her lies. She's your addiction. She's your addiction. And she's coming back again. She'll steal your money. She'll give you one try. Don't listen to her lies. She's your addiction. She's your addiction. She's your addiction. She's your addiction. And she's coming back again. your life fire will. On the battlefield it happens so fast. Guns are flying, machine guns blast. To do for money, we do it for bread. No, there's a chance we won't get it alive. You can try to stop us, it'll never last. We try to warn you, your time is past. Proud to toast this life. You never know, you never know. Battle day and night. Here we go, here we go. We won't change our mind. Let it go, let it go. We just want to fight. Fight. Feeling good, alive and well. Seeing things that I can never tell. Clear my head with a knot on the
Welcome back to Open Mike's favorite game. Stay in the feud. Hey guys, let's stay in the feud. Stay in the feud. Let's play some feud.
The gayest music for the greatest game. All right, so Stanley Feud is a concept I completely stole from somebody else. What I didn't steal were the questions. I make them up myself with my wife every week off the top of our heads, staring at walls.
Right, so she's making up the questions.
She's approving of them. Right. As soon as I get my balls back, I'll make up my own goddamn questions. So
her purse is like right in the living room.
It is, and I still can't reach the shit. I'm short. So anyway, this week we were down a little bit from the 105 of last week. We were down to 100 people that responded.
That's ridiculous. Unacceptable.
It is kind of
Too
unacceptable. So the number one answer is worth 5 points. All others are worth 1 point.
Yeah.
The first question is, name a place people eat other than home or a restaurant.
I'm going to go with picnic.
I was going to say like a park, another place.
Like one place?
School, like the cafeteria? Or in the car. I'm going with the car.
That's not bad.
I'm going with car. Because I always eat in the car.
Yeah, because I'm also depressed.
Right.
Oh, it's parked. Yes, that's right. It's actually parked at a park.
And eating in the car is the second most dangerous thing you can do next to using your phone.
Yeah, and I think like third's being drunk.
And masturbating.
Because you got your knee on the wheel and you're trying to unwrap that fucking burger without dropping ketchup.
I drive
all over
stick, so while smoking a cigarette.
Yeah.
Glick says car. He eats in the car on his way home from the gym.
Yeah, I bet.
No, really, he does a periscope from the gym.
Swole Patrol. Gotta get protein.
Walmart.
Yeah.
NJO says park.
Where? I know Target has like a little place that you can eat.
What is it? Kmart used to have a great freaking, what do you call it?
Cafeteria,
Diner,
food court.
Diner, if you will, yeah.
Oh, yeah, with the slushy, right?
Oh,
the slushy puppy.
Food court's probably a good idea.
Puppy slushy.
Yeah, it's not puppy slushy.
Isn't that what it was? Slushy puppy. Slushy puppy.
Gas station for the comics.
Gabo says work.
Hey, don't put down some of that food.
Yeah,
when our power went out, that gas station that serves the fried chicken
got lit up.
was delicious.
No, there's a 5 for $4 like taquito thing at 7-Eleven, and I have done it, and I paid for it.
Yeah, I bet. Because Jesus Christ.
Well, Burns says concert. Casey says beach.
Concert.
Snooks says car.
Apparently
the baseball game.
Okay, so I'm not a local until now, but apparently the Tropicana is like the worst MLB ballpark to get food. Like it's almost guaranteed you will get food poisoning.
What?
Yeah.
What the hell parks are you going to? Boston.
Tropicana. Apparently
nobody goes to the Trop. That's bullshit.
It's bullshit.
I don't buy it. The 4 people that went there got sick. It's because they were making out with each other in the bathroom.
Right. It was the food he was eating while he was driving by Tropicana in his car.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, they ate the uncooked shrimp.
Nobody eats uncooked shrimp. That wasn't shrimp.
Says the Y.
That's
No, I think he means actually the Y. Where you play racquetball.
Yeah.
No, that's not it.
I mean, I don't want to eat what they're eating.
All right. 30 people said park, which anyone that said picnic, I gave park to. 15 people said car. Park.
Yeah, no, you gave part to.
Yeah, well, yeah, if you said picnic, I gave you...
partial credit?
No.
Or okay.
Park and picnic to me are the same thing because you picnic in a park, right?
Yeah.
Or you picnic in a pic.
How about suck it? 15 people said car, 14 said beach,
Yeah.
14 said fair or carnival, and 13 said an event,
carnival.
which I gave.
An event?
I gave concert.
But aren't all of them events?
No. The park is not an event unless you're doing drugs.
Yeah, no, but okay. No.
All right, number
Semantics.
2. Name a famous Matt.
Damon.
McConaughey. All right.
Mike Peters in the house.
Matt Simon, right?
What?
Matt Simon? Simon? The guy from The Simpsons.
Sam Simon.
That one.
What?
Matt
Groening?
Matt Groening.
Groaning.
It's groin.
Graining.
It's groin. It's groin during Halloween. When they do it.
I'm groaning.
You're groining.
Yeah. Matt Groening,
You're
graining.
crowning.
Oh, I get it. Like a baby.
Right.
I need a whole bunch of crowns, bro.
I'm going home.
You are home.
Fine, get out. All right, get out.
Dude, the moment we've been waiting for.
Yeah. So we're free. No,
took you
I
an hour?
can't. Dude,
Oh.
I'm chained to this chair. There's no way I can leave.
Oh, we got a couple
I have a
Dylans.
key. Here, get out.
Couple Dylans in the house.
Matt Dillon.
Alexis says Damon.
Oh, Matt Dillon. It's good.
Matthew
Alexis-
Modine. Is that still a thing?
Well, like, there is also Matt Williams. He was a baseball player.
Yeah, but
He was.
he probably played at
but-
the Chop where nobody saw him.
You
Yeah,
ruined his
exactly.
name forever.
Right.
Yeah.
Good
Fuck
job.
you.
Who's Matt
Who
Roth?
ruined it first?
Matt Roth.
Is he just making shit up?
Matt Roethlisberger.
That's is that
I don't.
You know I didn't say
I
famous
wish I
David
did.
Lee, right?
Sorry. This comes up to one of those
David
like, I wish I knew more.
what?
Gobble says McConaughey. And what a tough name McConaughey is, bro. You got to Google that shit to get it right. I promise you. Or you get the little squiggly line every time.
Yep. Oh yeah, no, I had to do that today.
You were looking up McConaughey?
Yeah.
Pics?
Yeah. No, I swear to God.
McConaughey
It's like
beach pics.
McConaughey.
I'm looking at it and it's still squiggly.
Defensive end for the Hawkeyes and the Dolphins.
Oh, did you know that if you text Nickelback into your phone, it will have the red squiggly line underneath it, even if you spell it right?
You know, if I text Nickelback on my phone, my friends will beat my ass.
I won't. I want you to share their playlist. Look at this photograph.
All right, so
Have you seen the Vine for it?
53 people said Damon.
Fuck
10
yeah!
people said McConaughey. 9 people said Dylan. 9 people said Broderick. And 3 dumb dicks said Lauer.
Matt Lauer.
Like,
Matt Lauer.
If I knew who those were, I'd unfriend them right fucking now. Not true.
I love that it's Matt Lauer.
I can't afford to unfriend people.
Yeah.
All right, number 3. What is the best TV show with a stand-up comedian in it, past or present?
Oh, they're gonna say Seinfeld.
I hated Seinfeld.
I hate you.
Not fond of you either.
Good.
Guess he hates us both then.
So let's make out.
Fuck Seinfeld. I'll take Everybody Loves Raymond over Seinfeld any day.
Oh, that's everyone loves.
Everybody.
No, everyone hates Chris. That's another one.
Cosby.
Why not?
Cosby. Oh,
Roseanne.
Man. Oh yeah. People forget that she was a.
It's coming back.
She was
coming
an
back.
awesome stand-up comic.
Can't wait.
You can't?
Can't wait.
I love Roseanne. That's one of the best blue collar shows ever.
Her husband was way funnier.
Yeah. Oh.
Who, the drunk?
Dan Aykroyd. That was just for you guys.
Stanford and Son.
Sweet. I broke Mike.
He went to ACLU.
Look, we said Roseanne, and everyone went Roseanne. Followers.
Roseanne.
Chris says, I hate the show, but Seinfeld.
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon wasn't a thing.
I know.
He was a comedian.
That's why it's silly.
It's not. It doesn't work. And you went to college.
You don't work.
Great comeback.
Zing. That's like that's my thing. Is like if
Zing.
I want to make fun of you, I'll just say something that goes zing.
How about
Z's?
Well, I think the problem with currently now is everything's kind of watered down. They're not like Netflix and who is it? Pete Holmes has a show on Showtime.
Right.
What does that get? 5 million people, maybe?
No, yeah.
I mean,
this is 5 minutes.
But in comparison,
Yeah, right.
when you have 12,000 channels.
Yeah. Well, that
Gobble says Seinfeld. So listen,
Gobble.
here's the thing: is
Gabos.
Seinfeld just came out and went off because his daughter was watching the Kardashians.
Oh, I didn't.
He's
know
like, how
that.
dare she watch a show about nothing? My wife's going.
That might be the funniest thing
I
he's
get
ever
it.
said.
My wife's going. Are you kidding me? A guy whose tagline was a show about nothing. I'm like, but it's kind of different.
Yeah. No.
No, it's not.
Oh, John Jacobs has one of the best jokes about Seinfeld. Was that like he just gets away with stuff because he says it funny? They're like, "Oh my God, did you kill that lady?" He's like, "I killed her. I killed her. I hit the body."
18 people said Chappelle. 18 said Seinfeld.
Chappelle.
15
Holy
said
shit.
Louis.
That's good.
9 said Mork and Mindy, and 8 said Everybody Loves Raymond.
Dude, I am. We didn't even say Mork and Mindy.
Number 4.
That didn't even. I hate you guys.
Name something people do in or around a pool.
Is this at Weinstein's house? Because it's masturbating.
I get it.
Kevin A. Hawley.
You get it?
In or around a pool.
I'm glad that Kevin checked in because maybe he can finally learn what a good podcast sounds like.
Really? Point us to the right direction.
Oh,
I mean, I listened to his best of last night.
Yeah.
I didn't hear any of the best parts.
Was it
just of?
I mean, the breaks are better.
So that was 45 minutes.
Was it a walkie-talkie and a trash can?
No, it was a soup can and a string.
Okay, what's that question?
Nita says drink.
Name something people do in or around a pool.
Poop. Love Burn says pee.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Caddyshack.
Sunbathe.
I clean it.
I used to be a lifeguard too.
Oh, I'm not a lifeguard.
No.
I'll let you drown.
And Dale says, please locate your mom's phone.
Yeah.
Please locate your mom's phone.
Get your mom's phone right here, bitch.
My purse.
And Dale says tan. LM Dale says swim.
What? Swim around the pool?
Mostly take selfies.
In or around.
In or around. Okay.
Let's try to listen.
I usually swim outside of the pool.
Yeah.
Play games.
Marco.
Why are you playing games at the pool, yo?
Striptease.
That's a good one.
Mary says tan.
Shots.
Oh, that's
Casey
Booby
says
luge. Booby luge by the pool.
Did you say booby luge?
Booby luge, yeah.
I've never heard of a booby luge.
It's where you pour the shot down their tits and then you drink it.
John says booby luge.
Yeah, I get that, but I've never heard anybody say booby luge.
Booby luge. I was cleaning it up for the Kevin Holly show.
My wife's got a booby doo.
Booby doo?
Yeah, it's where your belly hangs out further than your booby doo. Nope. I hate you.
You know that's what I have to do whenever I hear something like silly.
I'm glad it's a slow clap.
I thought we just followed it up with bad music.
No, it's not a slow clap either.
Wait a minute.
Hey, this is the Beatles.
You're the Beatles.
You're a Beatle. Zing.
Glick says drink alcohol.
Oh, that's a good one too.
How did you miss that?
Drink in a pool. I usually just drink in the shower.
Kevin Holly just said, fuck you, Stan. I think he was referring
I think that's the number one answer, right?
Then he says, where the fuck are Mike's sleeves? He busted out of them bitches!
Sun's out, guns out.
They were optional on this shirt.
Wait, was it puns out, guns out?
Puns out, guns out.
Oh,
no, that's what
God.
you say.
I just said that. I'm sorry.
I know. Oh, no, we know you are.
That's what you're... All the shit you've said, that's what you're sorry for?
Hour and 18 minutes.
Jesus Christ. I mean, I've been marking freaking sound bites the whole goddamn time. Just so I could send them to you. Please apologize.
Oh, yeah. The whole soundbite is just going to be going, durr.
All right, so...
Hold on. I'm not ready yet.
I'm not even in the studio right now.
Where's the studio?
Oh,
yeah, ready.
17 people said drink. 17 people said pee. 17 people said tan. 13 said swim. And 12 said sexual relations. I got blowjob, fuck, bang. So I just summed it up Bill Clinton style.
Oh, my God. That's one of my favorite things. Just right.
Right. So last question. Matt Williams has 15. Glick 11. And Dale
Holy
with 15.
shit! I'm in the lead.
No, Mary has 16. Let's try to pay attention.
Okay.
Gobble. Jim and Love Burns all have 11. Jingo has 20.
Oh.
And nobody else matters. All right. Last question.
Oh, that's not nice.
Name somewhere you wouldn't want to go alone. The Kevin Holly Show. So they say Pops will trip you with his catheter, and then Kevin will take advantage of you.
Oh, man. Where I wouldn't want to go alone. Dark Alley. Yeah, that's what I'm going to pick for that one. But like restaurant, movie,
a Greyhound bus.
Yeah. That's true.
And the bus rolled up.
Harvey Weinstein's office, get it? Beer here.
I go everywhere.
Are you kidding me?
Oh my god, right?
Dude.
So edgy. So topical.
Well, then you molest him and say, prove it. Reverse the heat, right?
You got a fat in your hand, son.
What's this, a ham radio? Yeah. Fat piece of shit.
What is that tune in Tokyo?
Bathroom. Alexa says Woods.
Woods is a good one. Wow.
Wow, was that?
Wow.
That's my pregnant niece. I'm pretty sure she didn't go to the woods alone.
I mean, not.
And if she did, then she's
It's
a
like
bird.
if you're pregnant, you don't go anywhere alone, right?
No. My buddy.
My buddy and me. My fetus and me.
People, let me tell you about my waistband.
My unborn.
Strip club.
Oh, that's creepy.
What, not to want to go to a strip club alone?
No. Just go in there by yourself.
That's why you wouldn't.
Dude, that'd be a good story, though.
Bed. Woods.
God, Woods is such a good one. I think that's why everybody's saying Woods now. That's my guess.
Casey said bed. I don't know. He gets drunk. I'm guessing he goes to bed alone a lot.
Oh, that's so...
Snooks the corner store. You live where we live.
Give me the address. You don't have
Mary and Jim a cave. Nitas bed. Gobble a party. You don't even go to parties, let alone.
I love that his name's Gobble.
I love you, Mom. LM Dale says prom.
Gobble.
Right, because they had prom in summer school.
Oh, prom is a... Oh, but... No, that doesn't even register with me
Stan
anymore.
can't go to an elementary school.
Oh, or a playground.
When I was in elementary school, you didn't graduate elementary school. You passed
That wasn't a
grade.
thing, right?
No, yeah.
Pre-K? I don't even remember going to pre-K,
Yeah,
let alone
no.
getting a cap and gown.
Yeah, I remember I had a 5th grade. You just showed up and you got punched and stuff, but...
I mean, they were, hey, this is the last day of school.
What?
You got punched.
I thought you said you got punched and stuff. I'm like, poor Matt, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like hugging him right now. Glick says Woods. Oh my God. What did Jingo say?
I even forgot what I said.
Oh, strip club.
I didn't say strip club.
Not you.
Fuck you.
A dark alley.
Oh, I said dark alley. Yeah, that... I was thinking of Batman. Well, maybe not
No,
necessarily.
Bruce and Martha, don't go down there.
Yeah, well, like his,
I was
more
gonna
like
be
his
even
parents.
alone, but
Dark
they
alley.
weren't
I
alone.
want Batman to be there.
Yeah, no. I was thinking like...
Not as a kid, though.
I was thinking more like his parents.
Or Robin.
Yeah.
If I went to Dark
Mr.
Alley and
Mr.
Robin
Man?
was there?
Yeah. Rubbing that ass.
I would go down on that alley.
Oh my God, I'd call him Matt.
What?
Matt Damon.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna-
Matt Williams.
I'm gonna walk down the alley playing bass.
You look good in them tights.
Look good in them ties, boy.
Just call me maybe. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
15 people said wedding.
Oh.
14 people said movie, which wasn't even on my radar.
No.
12 people said haunted house because you're pussies.
Oh my God! Really?
12 people said dark alley, and 11 said woods.
Oh.
Even though you
That
got it
might-
right,
That might.
no.
That's not enough, is it?
no, and
Oh
unfortunately,
my
we have a
gosh.
tie.
Great.
God. Great
Endeo and John Jingo are tied at 20. So Endeo and John Jingo need to pick a number between 1 and 20 so we can end this shit.
You want me to wait, or...
It'd be nice if you waited so
It
they
helps.
didn't see what you hit.
Yes, don't give him the answer first.
Well, I could just throw it, then you give it back to me.
Yeah, if you're going to give them the answer, then you could just be the host.
Zing.
Whoa. I will remember that.
Buzzing. That's why I have you running it now. All right, we got 16 and John Jingo.
3.
John Jingo. Matt 2. There's another Matt. But his alias is John Jingo. Not Django.
John Jingo. God.
John
so
Jingo.
Stupid. Yeah.
Kevin Holly has a great format for music.
Can I throw it now?
Yep, 16 and 18, so
Fine,
go ahead.
throw it.
Oh my God,
Throw
really?
it right here.
Is it without going over, or what?
Well,
What
if you
are
hit
the
17, then
stipulations?
whoever went under wins.
Who's going to pay me money?
Whoever goes down.
He hit 17. He hit 17. Holy shit. Endale wins with 16.
I did that on purpose. Love you, baby.
Do we do?
We were in this together.
Make it stick, boy.
Kevin Holly says Matt has a great radio voice and a great face for radio.
Kevin would know.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, you haven't seen?
That's
Kevin
usually that's usually coming from someone that's ugly as fuck.
And it is this time, so it works out great.
Hey man,
Kevin, actually,
like knows like, baby.
The God's honest truth is the Kevin Holly show is sincerely one of my favorite.
Is that
podcasts
another
out there.
one that like just write all?
I'm not
going to
make you.
me,
No,
yeah.
I'm not going to turn them on. Like I don't
Like
think you
I don't
should
have
listen
to watch it,
because
but just like write it down.
it's not good enough for a guy like you. But at my level of listening, brother,
See,
it's,
I know
it's
you're
great.
not talking to me. You're just talking shit about him. That's
No,
the best part.
I love that guy. Seriously, he's freaking awesome. So here we go. Here to fill the end of this gap.
Vagina.
Yeah.
We go over the answers that didn't make the top 5.
Oh, this is gonna be so good.
So not usually. So places to eat.
Pussy.
Food trucks.
No, that's a good one. But that's not bad.
You
That's
don't
a good
eat
one.
That's a great
Yeah.
answer.
Eat in-
Cafeteria, which y'all talked about. The Y.
Yeah. Up.
And soup kitchen.
Oh,
Which-
that's so creative. That's so good.
And as a stand-up comic, you probably eaten at one of them before, right?
Hey, listen.
Coincidentally, there's a place called Trinity down the street.
Listen, the Kleenex soup was impeccable. All right, next one.
Don't stare at him like that.
That was
That
funny.
shit was fucking good. Listen, it's not your fault he didn't get it.
Yeah, but it's also your fault you didn't give it.
I got it.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I got. Oh
Fuck
yeah,
these
he's like, I got it. I didn't laugh.
I'm not
but
even
I
going
get
to
it.
read what they're saying right now. No. So famous Max. Groaning.
Yeah.
Which you brought up.
No,
LeBlanc.
graining. It's graining.
What
Not
happened?
groaning.
Matt
LeBlanc?
Groans, Matt LeBlanc,
Oh my god, that's a good one.
and Matt
Stafford?
Perry. Jesus,
Matt Stafford?
Matt Stafford. Is he? He's.
Is
And
he
actually-
alive?
2 people said Matt Williams. Hockman and Clark Brooks.
See? Oh my god! Wow.
You have fans, bro.
Well, for Clark Brooks, it's, wow.
Yeah, one of them just left the home on leave. Clark. And Hockman's following around some guy
he's
with beautiful hair.
Yeah, he's at the Bamford thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Clark
yeah,
Brooks
exactly.
is awesome, right?
How the hell did he? How the hell did he answer? Did he do that during her set? Because
Yeah.
that's amazing.
No, he answered last night.
Okay.
So comedians, TV shows. King of Queens.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was.
I kinda
Kevin,
like King of Queens.
Yeah, I don't like it, but
Yeah.
Drew
like the
Carey
answer.
grew on me.
Great.
Oh,
yes.
oh my
that was
God.
great back in the
I am
day.
so
I
sad.
didn't want to just knowing that Mimi was on there before ever watching it, and that, you know
Yeah.
what I mean. Like I just didn't want to be a part of it. And
Yeah.
then after watching it, well, we all know
You gotta have a
what
character
great
like that.
goddamn
You
show.
hate.
Yeah. That's
Bernie
true.
Mac.
Oh, the poor guy.
But would you prefer Bernie Mac or My Wife and Kids?
I like My Wife and Kids better.
I like him better.
I like Matt Damon Wayans, whatever his name is.
I like Matt
Thanks.
Damon
Matt
Wayans.
Damon Wayans.
He's mulatto.
Factually accurate. All right. Well, there you
I
go.
like
That's
the MWAA.
That's not the same.
Dude, this is genius. SNL.
no.
I never even thought about it.
It's a kids show. That's not based
It's a
on one
TV
Did you say
person.
a kids show?
A skit show.
It's
but
a TV show.
Yeah,
though.
but that's not based on one comedian. So it's not like one comedian constantly through there. I don't like that answer. It's stupid.
Well, actually, like, was it Kenan Thompson? That's basically a show now. He's been on there for like 12 seasons.
No. But it's not the He doesn't get top.
Okay,
billing.
I see your point.
So that's
But
why I
F you.
didn't specify sitcom.
Yeah.
There's a reason I didn't say sitcom. I said
Right.
show.
Right.
Because it left it open to all that.
Interpretation.
So I got an idea.
Fine, but Night at the
Can
Apollo.
you please turn your mic off?
Or down to a reasonable
So
level.
things you do around the pool.
Oh,
Marco Polo.
Oh.
Nap.
That's true. Fish
Now
out.
I nap. You
Yeah.
you
No,
couldn't get me
exact-
out of the pool before. Now if I'm in there, I might drown.
Yeah, but like I can't sleep in the sun. Like I guess I'm like still a step above homeless, so that's good.
Would you sleep in my mom's son? So, what happened?
All right, show's over.
Dude, it was
This
a
has been
simple
amazing.
goddamn question. It's yes or no. There was no maybe even.
Oh,
in
you
it.
mean again?
We weren't sleeping. In places you wouldn't want to go alone. Real quick, Walmart, the Hood, Pegasus Lounge, prison. And the Open Mic Live show.
Yeah.
We actually got 4 people that said Open Mic Live show. And
I
they can
knew
all
it.
suck a dick. So that music is Mike's way of telling me to shut the F up.
Well, your mic's
Can you
off.
turn your mic back on, please?
That's my way of talking.
Aw, see? I got to turn mic on for him to turn it on. So when we come back, we're going to talk with Matt.
Me.
Mother effing Williams. Hopefully he won't talk a lot. We'll be back.
They sing these worries only linger only for this day. With all these thoughts of nonsense from my head to despair. I do it tonight. I feel the weight feeling. I breathe it inside. I had a chance of doing it again tonight. I feel the weight feeling. I breathe it inside.
Welcome back.
What?
Open Mic Live.
Hello.
Every Thursday, right here at 7. I want to tell you to tune into next week show. We have Slingshot Robot, and we've been playing their music all evening. So if you like any of their stuff, look them up.
Yeah, I love those guys already.
And if you don't like their stuff, I don't want you listening.
Exactly.
Well, we're going to play it again next week, so deal with it.
You can just extrapolate that data.
Yeah, I really
Oh
don't
my
care
God,
who you
I'm
like. I really want you to listen. Like, I need more listeners.
Yeah.
Matt,
Right.
if you could help me with that.
No.
I mean, you have, because
No.
this show's been blowing up with you on it, bro.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know why. I really have no idea why.
I just will not tell you what they're saying.
You know, like at least it's at least they're. I was gonna say accommodating, but that's not what the word I was looking for. Acknowledging, excuse me. At least they're acknowledging.
At least they're listening.
Yeah, exactly. That's that's all I really want. Is like, I want the people around me to do well. I'm not one of those guys that are going to be like, oh, fuck that guy. He got the show that I wanted to be on. No, like, I want, like, local guys to do well.
That's why people love you.
And exceed, and, yeah. So,
it's that
like,
personality. Like, the first time I met you was at Pegasus.
Yeah.
We went there for an open mic, and
Yeah.
you and Lawrence Green were both sitting there, and, like...
And Rio's always there, too.
We started
like,
talking right away.
Yeah.
And, dude, you were so... You know, I don't know how to say embracing, if you will.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Without touching me.
Yeah.
Until later.
I tried. Yeah.
Right. Oh, no, you didn't. Because I'm not fighting it off. I can tell you that. I'll let you Weinstein me any fucking time.
I'm like, hey, man, you want a job?
But seriously, like, you know, when I talk to other comics, because, you know, I talk to them a lot.
Yeah.
Everybody loves you.
Yeah.
And I have no fucking idea why your name's not even Raymond. But seriously, I mean, and you are getting better every time I see you on stage. You're getting better.
Right.
Like, you know, I realize that sitting here is weird.
Kind of.
Like, for me, getting on stage is weird. You know what I mean? Like, I'm comfortable here now because I've been doing it for a while.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, like, you get here and you feel like you got to throw one-liners in there.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's not... Like, it's a bad representation of how funny you actually are on stage. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I can see in your face, you're like, fuck, why did I say that?
No, that's pretty much my whole life is like, why did I say that? Especially in the moment. Because, like, I'm one of those guys that thinks about it, like, up to 3 days later or whatever. And then I'll be like, I'll send you a Facebook message and be like, hey, man, I'm sorry about that. And you're like, what the hell are you talking about?
Right.
Yeah. And, like, I guess whenever, especially when I came here or... I mean, anywhere I go, it's just why would you go around and just be shitty to people? And
because it's fun,
yeah, kind of, but not. But not for me. Like, I mean, why would you ever be in a scene and just not be a part of it in a positive way?
Right. Don't be a dick. You can be an asshole, but don't be a dick.
Yeah. And everybody's like, don't be a dick, don't be a dick. I'm like, well, don't be a dick on purpose,
right?
Because like we all have those moments where like you had a bad day, or you know, like you're sleep deprived or whatever, like you didn't get the spot that you wanted, but like you can't take that out on other people.
Yeah, don't be a dick. Pussy has way more control.
Right, yeah. So like,
look at him.
Yeah,
this pussy has control. His name's on the goddamn banner.
Well, that's because he's smarter than us.
He is. He's not smarter than you.
Probably
he doesn't
not.
have 14 half degrees.
Yeah,
but you do have a full degree in the one that matters.
Yeah, it was micromolecular biology.
I thought it was psychology.
Well, that was one of the
minors. You did 4 years in all of them? You're only 32, homie. I can do math.
I did them at the same time.
Oh, so you've learned nothing.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
That's a lot of brainstorming right there. Right?
I know. I'm like, I am so stupid for how much education I've had.
Dude, what's one of the coolest things that you learned in psychology that like you use constantly now?
Listen.
Really?
That's the biggest thing. Just listen to
I
what
asked
somebody
that
has to.
question.
Yeah, exactly.
My wife's going, listen.
What was the question?
What's one of the coolest things that he learned in doing the psychology course that he utilizes daily?
Yeah.
And I didn't realize that in psychology they taught you to listen. I just thought that they taught you to judge people.
Well, like, listen until it doesn't sound right. Because that was one of the biggest things was that, like, if, like, just
who decides what's right?
Yeah.
No, I'm serious.
The psychologist.
Yeah.
Well, how do they know? Just
because
a bunch of
school, you dick.
Just because a bunch of psychologists got together and say, "Hey, we're psychologists. We say what's right."
And
that's normal.
Well, and that's what bothered me about working at that psych hospital is that you'd have these guys coming in that are there against their will up to 72 days, and then you'd have a psychiatrist be like, "Oh, what's going on? All right, here's some pills," and then then you'd be out in 3 days or something like that, and then. And so, like, that was the thing. It was like, do you meet these symptoms? Here's some pills. Where, for the most part, it was, like, behavioral type things where, like, they didn't get taken care of for, like, a psychological reason where, like, they just needed someone to listen to them and be like, no, you're fine. Like, that sucks.
Right.
And I guess that's how I come and talk to a lot of people is that I come with an unbiased perspective is like, yeah, that sucks.
So are
like,
guidance counselors
no
people
what.
that just dropped out year 3 of psychology?
No, my mom was a guidance counselor.
Was she?
Yeah.
Yeah, what happened?
And both of my parents.
You should pay attention to your kid.
Oh my God, that's so
other
fucking
kids.
funny. No, both of my parents have masters in psychology, so it kind of comes naturally to me just to talk to people and engage and stuff like that. So I'm natural. Okay, so I'm
My mom
naturally
has a
meant to
master's
just
in guilt trips. Is that psychology?
Do what?
My mom has a master's in guilt trips. That's psychology, right?
That sounds more fun.
This is damaging.
Yeah, exactly.
But go ahead.
Yeah. No, it's just like I'm a better listener than a talker. So for the most part, I listen to like what people say, how they're saying it, like their body languages as they're saying it, and try to put it together with what I know from them. And you can learn a lot from people just by listening to them and being empathetic and be like, yeah, that sucks, or that's awesome, or like it doesn't always have to be sad. That was one thing that I learned, was that like, yeah, there's so much shit out there that is so horrible, but if you don't acknowledge the good things, then like, what are you doing?
All right, so I'm gonna say something, and I'm going to animate it, and you interpret what I'm saying.
Oh God.
Dude,
okay.
Matt's been a great guest.
I totally agree.
He's such a good listener.
I can't disagree with you at all.
Play the outro. That's what I got from that.
Oh, no,
play that fucking music.
We got 19 minutes, bitch.
Yeah.
Play that fucking music, cracker. Oh my God! I'm just kidding.
No,
this is actually where we're supposed to be nice to you.
No, there's no. I knew there. Like when I came in, I was like, oh, I better start drinking now, because there's no way I'm gonna walk out of this with a healthy self-esteem.
Open mic live, drinking and driving.
Exactly.
Right. Thing is, they're not drinking when they leave. They're drinking on the way here. That's what I'm afraid of. Is someone's gonna get? I'm gonna have a redneck freaking musician in here one of these times, and that bitch ain't gonna be able to take it.
Yeah. Well, he's gonna bring his own bottle. That's gonna be the problem.
Right.
Yeah.
And a disposable guitar. Someone's getting struck.
Cigar box guitar. Is that what? I haven't seen one of those in 30 years. Are you seeing it now?
Hopefully, it's a movie prop, and it's not gonna hurt so bad.
Yeah.
So movies. Speaking
Right.
of movie props, like a lot of these comedians now are trying to like make their own movies, or like Anaria, for example, is actually in a real Netflix movie with Sean Wayans, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
have you ever thought about doing movies?
I have, and dude, I'm atrocious at trying to like learn lines and read lines. Like I don't like. There's something about it. I need a lot of work on it, but it's just something so disingenuous about me trying to be a character other than someone than myself, because that's like I still struggle to be myself. So like I can't imagine being like actively trying to be someone else. So that's
listen, dude.
Yeah.
Listen, sincerely.
Yeah.
Be yourself. Because yourself is a great person.
Well, here's the funny thing about that was that
just
like
be someone else on stage.
Well, what? No, that's what I told somebody. I was like, they're like, dude, just be yourself. And I was like, yeah, but that's who I hate the most. And he's like, all right, well then be the opposite of who you are. And I was like, cool. So I went up and I tried to be like confident, charismatic, and like really articulate. And I've never bombed so hard in my entire life. So I was like, awesome. There's two people that I hate, and they're both me.
Relax. Right, I hate me over there.
Okay, I know. That sounded intense. It was actually a bit, so don't worry about it. I'm okay.
You are?
Yeah.
I worry about you, bro.
Exactly.
Oh, is that your comedy?
Yeah. Oh, God, I'm so sorry.
Stop.
It was great.
Dude, he was a guest in our home.
Yeah.
I know.
That was a good joke.
I tell you what that meant. You meant that was not a good joke.
Yeah. Oh,
Well,
yeah, no,
I mean,
absolutely.
I have seen you on stage. You are funny on stage, but relax.
Yeah.
It's like even Tommy.
Yeah.
I've seen him, and he gets up there and like he'll get laughs.
Yeah.
And that's when he gets tense.
Yeah.
It's like that's so ass backwards. Like when you
Right,
get laughs,
yeah.
that's when you're supposed to feed
Yeah.
off of that shit. But it's the opposite because he's still trying to get laid.
Well, it feels like as a comic, as you're coming up, like the guys that have been in it for like, let's say 4 to 6 years or more, like that stage time is like what I tell every upcoming guy, which, I'm nothing on the radar of comedy, but I'm just like, there's no substitute for stage time, no matter what. So it's like the times you feel like shit, the times you're so happy or like whatever. I'm like, go up, be on stage, because you just got to get used to being up there and developing who you are, what your stage persona is, like what your voice is. And I feel like I'm finally starting to fit into how I write, how I act, how I act stuff out, and how I sound. So like I feel more confident going up there now. Like it's
very important.
It's from the last time. Then like, because again, like sometimes when you do your first joke, if it just bombs, you just want to tighten up and just like shit and try to
nothing.
Oh God,
you want nothing more than to get off of that stage at that moment.
Oh my God.
But then do you feel like you go up there and do it comfortably a couple times,
yeah,
and then you get comfortable,
yeah,
and overdo it and go right back to
yeah. And I
that's tough.
I really think I walk this fine line between like being confident and being arrogant. That you just want to you want to be confident, deliver your jokes, but like I could never be a Chris Rock, Daniel Tosh, like all in and make like asshole jokes and believe in it, because that's also not me. Like I think an audience is really good at picking out like, no, that's not who that guy is, and so like they can tell when you're putting on an act rather than like a performance, if that makes sense.
Which takes us back to just be yourself, bro.
Yeah, no,
just
that's
be yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, like I'm in danger a lot of times because I'm myself. You know what I mean? Like I should have been beat up a long time ago.
Oh yeah, no, me too.
No, you actually were. I said I should have been. What?
No, I'm with him. I have been.
That's why you took up martial arts.
It's true.
Yeah,
like, he's a karate turtle now.
Now I'm not afraid to go anywhere.
Karate turtle?
Yeah. Yeah, we're fearsome fighting.
Oh yeah,
team.
is that so you don't get a copyright infringement?
That is not why.
No, it's just because I like to fuck things up.
Yeah.
Karate turtle's way more fun to say. Admit it.
Karate turtle. Yeah, no, that's good. Well, it has two. All right, fine. That's a writing.
What
thing.
just happened? Did you just give up on stage?
Karate turtle is sorry.
Twice?
2 hard consonants in a row. It sounds really much better with alliteration. So thanks
for bringing education.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Did you just call me illiterate? I don't understand what just happened.
I've been doing that for years.
Yeah, but he's our guest. He's supposed to be nice.
If you have a book reference, alliteration, get it.
You're what?
No, whenever
he spells illiterate ILLORIT.
I'm not even going to pretend I know that that's right or wrong.
Illiterate.
I literate.
Yeah, Mike.
But comfortable is hard to do. Like when you're developing
absolutely.
a skill or developing your presence somewhere.
Yeah.
Comfortable stuff like this.
Yeah.
Like trying to have a normal conversation in
right.
this situation.
Right.
Is not easy to get used to.
Yeah, well, it's weird because I know you at like Pegasus or like going out and like talk and have a good time, and then whenever like you put a mic in front of somebody, there's like a purpose,
right?
And it's like I try to take that pressure away, because otherwise, like if I'm trying to be funny, I suck. Like you could tell from like the last 2 hours, it is terrible.
It's not.
But whenever I'm genuinely talking to people, then my voice, how I really feel, actually comes across.
But that's what I'm saying is you might want to take up public speaking, because your speaking skills are great. It's those jokes that are fucking things up. I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
could you tell that was a joke? But no, seriously.
No, actually, you really hurt my feelings.
This is the one that did it.
Yeah, that's the one.
In the last 2 hours, I can deal with. But no, I mean seriously though, it's weird. But like I've tried to get on stage, like when we do our shows with the bands and the comic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I should be the one to be able to go up there and talk to people.
Right. Yeah.
He can do it.
Yeah.
Like up there for some reason. If I'm down here, I can talk to you.
Yeah, the one of you that's actually likable is the one that can't talk on stage.
Right.
Yeah.
I like your style. See, I'm being mean to him, and he's still freaking being nice to me.
I wasn't paying attention.
Hi, baby. Good.
Oh, dick!
Oh, sorry. I was talking to your.
Don't worry, it's not the only thing he doesn't do for this show.
I was going back and looking. Never mind that.
No, like you guys said, like I couldn't bring my dog because of this puppy, and I was like, now I understand why.
Oh my god!
This puppy would like eat my old dog alive.
Oh, this place would be upside down.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
You know, the puppy wouldn't eat your dog alive.
Yeah.
It would shove him around the goddamn house until his shit was broken.
Hey, baby.
But
yeah.
So, listen. What?
Down.
Camo.
Down, Camo. I love that his name's Camo.
What? Right.
Yeah.
It should be
like it wouldn't be a
asshole.
show.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be
Yo, no.
Sit.
Yo, no.
Dude,
so what's the next thing you want to? What's the next thing you're trying to work on as far as your presence, or as far as what you're trying to do here? You know what I mean?
Like with comedy,
like,
or
do you have
on
steps
stage,
in the process?
or yeah. For the most part, like every comic works on like getting their type 5, getting their 10 minutes, their feature spot, and then working on headliners. And so,
but you personally, what do you think you need to work on the most right now?
I am dog shit at just
comedy,
crowd work. I am so bad at crowd work, because like for the most part, if I'm comfortable, like I can have people like not necessarily heckle, but they'll like yell stuff at you, and like if it's loud enough, like I'll acknowledge it, but just going like, "Oh, you sir, how about blah?" But it's just so unnatural for me to just like. Again, it's kind of like it's so performance based as well, because I'm concentrating on getting my jokes out, delivering them correctly.
That's the thing,
and then like if you want to build in like crowd participation, that can just go off the rails so quickly. And again, I'm just like, it's something I didn't calculate for. I really like, it's like, I'm going to do X, Y, Z, hopefully get a laugh. And then it's like X, Y, talk to somebody. Oh, God, gamma.
Right.
Like something completely off
you're
the
structured.
rails.
You're still honing your craft.
Yeah.
So these little distractions.
Yeah.
Like you're honed in.
Yeah.
It's kind of like when I'm watching TV and my wife tries talking to me.
Yeah.
I didn't hear a goddamn word she said. And she's 3 inches from my ear.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like, ugh.
Right.
I have no idea what the hell just happened now.
Right.
But embrace that.
Yeah.
Because you're naturally funny.
Yeah.
And people are naturally idiots. So they're very easy to take advantage of.
And that's what I really like, is that like people are going to be like drunk idiots, and you have to kind of accept that that's part of the game. And that's the good thing is that like I haven't gotten heckled like that much, and so
just wait.
Yeah, exactly. And so for the most part, if somebody heckles me, I just try to make them say whatever they were yelling at me as many times as I can, and see how many times I can get them to say it. And that's how I handle hecklers, because I'll just keep going like, what?
So you're Drew Garabo.
Yeah, exactly. It's the most infuriating thing that you can do if you're fucking wasted and they're not, the person you're talking to isn't listening or can't hear you, and it's amazing, because at the end I can just be like, no, you're just being an asshole. I heard everything you said.
Yeah, you cut the watch down to like 3.
Yeah, exactly.
Because the only one you're entertaining at that point is you, and pissing off that dude. And everyone else is going, what are you doing?
Yeah. That's fine. It gives me time to get a drink.
Yeah, exactly.
Shut up.
And the good thing is just is that for the most part the audience is on your side, unless you like I think
unless you say something racist.
Oh yeah,
they don't like that.
So, yeah,
and Glick is right behind it. He's like, Matt, just let it rip.
Yeah.
You know, when the crowd wants to get involved, let it rip.
Yeah.
Now there's those assholes that you just have to just get rid of.
Right. Yeah.
But then there's the ones that you can embrace and make them a part of your show.
And the good thing, well, you know, not the good thing is that like I still want to learn about this craft. I still know I have a lot to learn about it, and I'm willing to learn. I'm willing to take criticism. I'm willing to take like rewrites, tags, whatever, because it's if you write in a vacuum, perform in a vacuum, and you only do rooms that you're killing in, you're not doing yourself any service.
That's like bringing all your friends to a show.
Yeah.
You know,
but my friends are dickheads, and there's no way I would want all of them in my show.
Right, they're going to bring boxes of live crickets.
Yeah. No, my buddy played cricket noises during one of my shows.
No, I actually was considering going up, and one of my buddies says, I'm bringing a box of live crickets. I'm like, you're such a dick.
Yeah,
I have
exactly.
David Wade showing some love.
Oh, God, I love that guy. He's one of my favorites, too.
But
like that's the good thing about this scene, like the Tampa scene. Like I'm part of 2 scenes. I started in Pensacola. I'm here, and after a year up in Pensacola, I came down here, and I love both scenes. That's one of the best things about comedy, is that you find so much talent, you find so much heart, so much dedication, no matter where you go, because there's guys that have a voice and they want to get it out, and it's so poetic and beautiful, and you're part of it.
Really? How's the talent in Trinity?
But that's the thing is,
I'm the only one besides David Wayne and Patrick Welsh. Excuse me. Yeah, he's another one.
But that's why you have the respect of these other comics, including Rio, Jonas, Cam. You know, you have the respect because you are willing to listen, willing to learn, and you are dedicated to doing this. And you will. Listen, when Cam came in here the first time, I was funnier than Cam. And now that motherfucker's winning competitions in California.
Cam, but now he's in California.
Now he's in Hollywood.
I'm not winning competitions in California.
You're stuck on this show.
He I think he won his second comedy competition already. Yeah.
Yeah, he
did.
It's
that's one of the things is like no matter how old you are or where you're at in the game, you still have to be willing to learn and
listen and
listen. Yeah.
And you, my friend, are a shining example of that type of comic.
No, I appreciate that.
And believe me, these guys come in and tell us who isn't trying. They really do. Like, I'll never throw names out there, but they're like, this cat is going to tell these same stupid fucking jokes.
Right.
He's not even...
And that's one of those things where it's like I write probably 2 or 3 new jokes every day. Doesn't mean they're good, but that just means that like you're writing, you're still in that mindset, and then you're willing to go up. And that was one of the things is that like you really like laughs, and you find these jokes that you get laughs with, and you don't want to get rid of those jokes, and you get kind of complacent with trying new stuff because you don't want to hear that silence. You don't want to hear. Or a boo, like nobody really boos, which is funny. But and like what I tell everybody is that
because
like,
they stopped doing that in the 50s.
Yeah. Well, like what I tell everybody is that like if you tell a joke and it bombs and you have complete silence, that doesn't mean it's a bad thing. That means people were listening to what you had to say. You're just missing either like an extra detail, you're missing a tag, you're missing like a different part of the punchline. So like there's something to learn from that. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and then you explain it to the audience like they're idiots, and then piss them off beyond belief.
And David Wayne and Kevin they're both great examples of people that we've been around the scene for a while.
Yeah,
and they've come a long way.
Yeah,
their act has come along. You know what I mean? You guys are all building together, and dude, we love you. We really do.
Yeah.
I mean, if you had Lawrence Green's hair, that's the only
I'd
thing.
be unstoppable.
That's the only thing holding you back right now. Nothing to grab a hold of. That little faggot.
Yeah, I was like, wait, getting little?
Right. Yeah, because he'll sleep in my mom's son. So that's how you bring it back.
Right. Gotcha.
Poorly. So anyway, I'm getting kicked off the air. So tell us, where do you do most of your open mics so people come nights and places and stuff like that?
Right now, again, I'm practicing any show that I can get on. Like I'm looking for.
But are the venues
so
that
it's
you
like
do?
Dunedin. I always do Pokies, Fort 39. Modern Vapor Lounge is a newer one, which is an awesome spot.
Where's that?
It's off Water Streets on Thursdays, like every Thursday. And Pegasus Lounge is always one because, again, any mic, anytime, any mic you can get on, get on the mic. Even if you eat shit, you're still eating shit for a purpose, and that's for and that's what you do as a comic. You got like 70% of the time you're eating shit, 30% of the time you're on a show and enjoying life and having a great time.
Dude, a couple days before you're going to be somewhere, start letting us know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, we can't bring a crowd.
Right.
But even if we can get a few people down there to stare at you uncomfortably.
Right.
Then then we'll do it.
And if you're a local comic or a local anybody, just support your scene. That's the biggest thing is, like, I still support the guys back in Pensacola whenever they have their,
Keep talking.
Oh, like Back Porch Comedy. That's where I started. Anytime they have a new guy,
shut up.
anything going up, anytime going up, I always share. So, guys, if you're a comic or you're a musician, share it because it always pops up in your Facebook feed or wherever you're at. And so you're like, what am I going to do? Oh, I saw that.
Right.
So you know what? You're promoting what you do.
And listen, I've never steered anyone wrong on this show. We've been pretty honest about the talent coming in here.
Yeah.
You're funny on stage, bro, and I will get people out to prove that. All right, so start letting us know when it's going to happen.
Yeah,
absolutely. Even if it's just me and a couple people I paid to come, we'll make it happen.
Right. And
I love you.
And again, I love you guys more than you have any idea for. So thank you for having me on.
You've been well spoken this whole goddamn time. Anyway.
I think he just gave up on the show. He's just
like, his epilepsy.
You guys are fan.
Yeah.
Anyway,
thanks, Mike.
Matt Williams. Mike Tyree.
What happened?
Stand down, Deo. And you're welcome. We are going off air.
Next week, coming up, Slingshot Robot.
Woo!
And then, of course, we've got...
Good band.
Is that going into Thanksgiving?
Shots for bots.
November? I always call it November Thanksgiving.
Sure.
Because it's all about food.
Oh, yeah.
And
it's like
vacation and cold
It's
front.
like next week,
Thanksgiving week.
No, I know.
Veterans Day is before that. Just letting you know.
Who cares?
You ungodly heathen.
I wasn't in the service. I don't get any benefits.
True.
My grandfather's dead. Fuck.
No, again, thank you guys so much for being so supportive of everything local.
Dude, there's a lot of good shit going on.
Yeah.
Open Mic Live. the second best podcast to Kevin Holly.
Speaking of local, Forest Hills Grocery, always bringing us great food.
Amazing.
Yummy sandwiches. Tacos Gone Mobile. Check them out.
I got out of work late,
Fletcher.
Matt. It wasn't personal.
It was his fault.
Take it to New Belgium.
Oh, and since it doesn't compete with us, the #1 Periscope show in the world is the Glick Show, just so y'all know.
Is that like Martin Glick? Like Martin Short's Glick?
No, Chris Glick.
No, not Jiminy Glick.
He's as big as Martin
Not
Glick.
Jiminy.
Oh, okay.
But he gets drunk in a garage full of boxes of dildos. It's a dildo surrounded by dildos.
Do you have to have Periscope to watch it?
No wonder I can't stop watching.
This is the longest outro I've ever heard.
We'll be back next week, 7, openmictheshow.com.
Love you guys.